From Inside My Head. Hi, this is Jim Bratton, and this is From Inside My Head. My name is Mames. It began as an awareness that I had identity determined by others, but applied to me. It was James, as I heard it from others whose mouths could make the sounds, mold the air, and refocus it into acoustic perfection. But with me there was a flaw, an imperfection, an inability to claim identity. I couldn't make the sound. Muscles of my mouth flexed, pulled, contorting to force the air into the sound, but I couldn't move it. I couldn't force my tongue to loosen its abnormal attachment. Carefully, she would say to me, "Now tell me, James, what is your name?" Mames emerged as the only phonic. "Okay, tell me one more time, what is your name?" Mames! I could feel the sound trying to shape as it wallowed its way to a flawed exit. Mames! Silent conversations with an imaginary garden friend, primarily Mr. Blooper, a non-existent entity I knew, but not so sure of my own existence. My name was unsaid. In wonderment I listened to broadcasters flawlessly emitting perfect syllables. Yet my own identity was elusive. "And what is your name?" she repeated. "Mames." More forcefully this time, "What is your name?" "Mames. My name is—" Hi, this is Jim Bratton, and thanks for indulging in a piece that I recently wrote. Several people have asked me to explain how I came to be a voiceover artist coming from the rural Midwest and having gone to engineering school. And I have to say that I wanted to from the very onset, but I did have a speech impediment. Not a horrible one that could have been dealt with had we been in a more urban area with better support. But we had no such thing as speech therapy, and a doctor that didn't see fit to do a thorough job at birth. So I had trouble speaking. I was fortunate enough to have a mother who worked with me and made me say things properly, so I did learn to speak very slowly, very distinctly. But some of the sounds were synthesized. I still don't know how they're supposed to be made. All I know is that that's what I do. In a way, we were lucky in that I was not able to attend kindergarten, so my first day of school was as a first grader, and I'd had that full 5 years plus to have the guidance to learn to work around what could have been a very serious disability. It still was not able to speak effortlessly, but it was not obvious to the people around me. As a matter of fact, if you were to ask the kids I went to elementary school with, they would say, "No, he had no trouble talking." So I was okay by school. But it still was a challenge. And I knew that I didn't make the sounds the same, and I knew they didn't come as easily. But that's a motivation. I think you'll find a lot of people. Winston Churchill had a speech impediment. Demosthenes had a speech impediment. He would fill his mouth with stones and walk beside the ocean to make his mouth, or to make his sounds more clearly. But to this day, after 30 years of a successful voiceover artist career, and continuing in it to this day, actively in it, I guess that the spoken word will never, ever be taken for granted by me. That is because one can never be assured that the words will always come out. Shows up as a stammerer sometimes. Those that know me well know that. It's not a surprise to them. They may not know what the motivation is. Sometimes you just are not even sure you can make the sound. So I guess there is a great sense of success in being able to make a living in something that I might not have been able to do at all. But there also is that fear of maybe, sometime, not being able to make those sounds, and maybe they just won't happen. Small fear, we all live with something. That's mine. And now a few minutes of our continuing Moving Water series. The water is recorded from the center of the Rio Grande River near Terlingua, Texas. It's recorded binaurally. Feel free to put on a set of buds or headphones. It should be immersive. The music by The Anjali Project, and that was recorded under the capable and creative hands of the Kritikos brothers at Southwing Audio. Thank you very much for listening. This has been From Inside My Head. I'm Jim Bratton, and my name is James.